Today we're taking a little time off with the crew of the Valor as the crew of the Cardassian warship Zor'Dok. Zor'Dok is currently on patrol in the contested zone, and has been recently recalled to rendezvous with the Jarnar to pick up a VIP, where they will receive further instructions as to what their mission will bring. That we're going to be on the bridge of the vessel. All right. Gol Marat. You're currently on course to rendezvous with the Jarnar and just passed into certified Cardassian space.
Who's in what position? I know that's XO.
Top right is mine. I believe I'm on.
Yeah, lead is the tactical, and then, or no, lead is Helm operations, and Ayat is tactical, and then Zak is the science/engineer officer.
Okay. The lead is Helm, Ayat is Tac, Zok is Science, and then XO is the Glen. Okay. How long until we rendezvous with the Jarnar? Lead?
Well, it doesn't
1
appear
hour,
to
sir.
speak Cardassian.
Or about 5 minutes sooner than the last time you asked.
You'll keep a civil tongue in your head, Kel, or I'll have you swabbing decks near the reactor core.
Aye.
So, any idea what this rendezvous will be all about?
I'm sure Central Command will tell us what we need to know when we need to know it.
Well, whatever it is. I hope the Federation doesn't get in the way.
I would say Kel Ayat might feel differently.
I am
After
rather
all,
looking.
ahead.
Sorry, sir. Sorry. I am looking forward to see the Starfleet and their so-called ships.
Well, the only reason I say that is because they tend to have a knack for getting into business that's not theirs.
Well, unfortunately, the Federation's Starfleet in this sector has been plagued recently with quite the astonishing outcrop of Nausicaan pirates. I understand they've been gathering in numbers rarely seen before.
That is most unfortunate.
Indeed.
Absolutely
I believe
most unfortunate. You were saying, Captain, or Gol?
Players trying to find the name.
Of course, if the Federation had a legal system as efficient as the Cardassians, they wouldn't have such lawlessness to deal with all the time.
Well, that's the hubris of those species for you. There, they think they're so high and mighty that they can't seem to see 2 inches from their noses.
Well, and we would have been more than happy to help with their little piracy problem. I understand Legate Bimlet has offered our services, but the Starfleet Admiral assured the Legate that no assistance was needed. I wonder if that was before or after most of the ships at Starbase 211 had to undergo months' worth of repairs.
All this because of federations, because they're Federation snobs.
I hear rumors that their flag officers and senior officers are constantly squabbling with each other. There's a rumor that a admiral actually had to have a little chat with one of the captains because he couldn't keep his security man in line.
At this rate, they would tear themselves apart before we even ever be able to get a shot at them.
When that happens, I will share a bottle of Canar with you.
Well, it does stand to reason and is a lesson to all Cardassians. This is what happens when you mongrelize your society with a rainbow hue of different species. He never made that mistake. Cardassians don't have to cooperate with inferior species. We conquer them, and they serve us.
Look at the Bajorans, how we've helped them.
Exactly. Primitive savages, now raising them up to our level of technology and culture, not to mention our legal system. But that was always the problem. The humans, the Vulcans, the Andorians, none of them were strong enough to dominate the other races, and so they cobbled together this ad hoc little federation.
Yeah. Though, from what I understand from reports, it seems like the Bajorans don't seem to appreciate our gifts to them.
They'll learn to.
Just round up a couple of them and execute them in line. That'll teach them a lesson.
I certainly hope you're right. Still, it disheartens me to.
Good.
It disheartens me to see them squander such gifts from a benevolent people.
Well, in any event, we're well into Cardassian space now. We shall see where this mission will take us. Ulra, are the V.I.P. quarters ready for our guests, whoever they may be?
Absolutely, sir.
Very good. Tell the engineer, is Zoc science engineering?
Zoc is both.
Okay.
Yes, go.
Let's make our VIP feel welcome. I'm authorizing an increase in temperature of 3 degrees in the VIP quarters.
Hi.
Understood. I'll get maintenance on it right away.
As long as we're increasing temperatures, sir. Couldn't help but notice the bridge is feeling a little chilly today.
Hey, you'll live.
No worse
I
than
have to-
spring. No worse than a spring morning in the Highlands back home. Besides, it'll help keep you awake and your attention on your boards. Unlike the species of the Federation, we Cardassians aren't used to perfect temperatures and soft living. That's why eventually we will win in our conflict with them. For all
Of
of their
course, sir.
size, they're soft.
But all that being said, I have to say, there's nothing like a good sauna with glowing red stones.
Cannot argue with you there.
Maybe on your own personal time, you'll be able to appreciate that. But right now, we have business to do.
As you guys are chit-chatting away, an hour passes by and the Jannar comes into view and hails you guys.
On screen, this is Gul Marat of the Zor'Dok, reporting as ordered.
I am Kokim Kanar, aide to the Obsidian Order agent Oska. You are to begin transporting us over immediately.
Very well. How many in your party?
Only the two of us.
Very well. Stand by to beam aboard.
And the channel cuts.
Elzak, and Ulra, if you will join me in the transporter room, let's greet our guests.
Absolutely, sir.
Yes, sir.
Simple matter. Gave me control plus engineering, assisted by the ship's sensors plus engineering. Difficulty of base two better. So yeah, difficulty of 1.
No focus. Just roll it flat, I believe, because that's 16. So.
So you're rolling flat. You get the 1. Just need the ship. Gain a momentum. Yeah, we'll just use that one. And 2 individuals beam. Repeat. On board.
Nice. Hey, I know her in the metagame.
I think we all know her in the metagame.
Gul Marat, greetings. I am Oska Zadin. This is my aide. I believe you have already met.
Welcome aboard the Zor'Dok. My first officer, Glenn Ulra, and science officer and engineer, Kelzok.
The pleasure.
We have quarters prepared.
Excellent. I wish to speak to you and your first officer in private.
Of course. Kelzok, if you will accompany Kusum Kar, get him and Oscar Zaden set up in their quarters. We'll be along shortly.
Absolutely, sir. If you will follow me.
You're not Zok.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking to the first officer to get him set up.
Now she wants to meet with us, so.
Oh.
And then Rot will lead Zaden to a nearby conference room or Dacian equivalent.
Sorry, that was a misunderstanding on my part.
Hi, Big.
You travel the halls of your vessel, and eventually you get to a equivalent of what you would, sort of a ready room. Go. I have a pressing matter for you to attend to. A group of Cardassian dissidents on Telsa 6 have invaded the colony. You are to apprehend these dissidents alive and take the colony by force if need be.
Dissidence.
They escaped out of Leglet Benlet's hands some 3 months ago. We were able to track them down to the remote colony, and with your vessel not being attached to Benlet's forces, I felt it necessary for you to deal with them rather than Benlet himself.
Kind of makes you wonder why he's still Liggett, if he's this incompetent.
He has friends in high places in Central Command.
Speaking of Central Command, I assume you have the appropriate orders from them. No offense, but between our two orders, Fridays must be observed.
Of course. She pulled out a pad and hands it to you. The equivalent Cardassian pad.
I'll check it for the proper security codes and whatnot.
Insight command difficulty 0.
Asking culture and politics apply or no? It's not quite
No.
fitting. Yeah. Okay. I'll just roll it flat.
Oh, gain a momentum. The orders do check out.
Everything's in order. Alive, you say?
Alive.
Get to the city in order to complicate what should be a simple operation.
there's loyal Cardassian civilians at this colony. I do not wish any harm to come to those that are loyal to the Union.
Of course not.
Why don't we just capture the dissidents and execute them once we have them?
I wish to know more about their cells. Eliminating them is a simple matter, but rooting them out and finding the rest of them is a more difficult matter.
I
There is
understand completely.
There is 10 of them in all at the colony. There potentially could be more. One's loyal and currently hiding them. Though the colony is small, only a mere 754 individuals are there.
Cowards
Very well.
hiding among loyal civilians.
Laura, I've lay in a course and get us on our way to Celsa 6. And then work with Ayat to make sure we have the holding facilities for our soon-to-be guests.
Absolutely, my friend.
Have Zoc pull up everything she can on the planets in the colony and the system.
Absolutely. It shall be done.
I'll expect a briefing from all officers at 0600.
Very well, my friend.
And one more
Anything else?
I will be attending the ground force. I do not intend them to slip from my fingers again.
Gulmarat's eyebrow ridge quirks upward slightly. As you wish.
Again? Right as I'm about to walk out the door. This isn't the first time you tried to capture these guys?
They were already captured. I did not get the chance to interrogate them.
Oh. We'll bring them back. You have mine and the Gull's word.
Their leader, Nokam Laka, is a very shrewd man. Do not let his elderly experience fool you. He is both cunning and dangerous.
A traitor's a traitor, no matter what they look like or how important they are. Or what they say.
These
And with
dissidents. Okay, go ahead.
With that, I'm walking out the door to give the orders. Anyway, you were saying?
These dissidents. What is their makeup? Are we dealing with families? Are we dealing with armed revolutionaries?
Does it matter? They are not loyal to Central Command nor the Cardassian people.
Ultimately, no, it does not matter. On a tactical level, however, I need to prepare my people for what they might encounter so that there will be no hesitation that might naturally be caused should a Cardassian soldier find himself sighting down his disruptor at, say, a little girl.
Some of them are well trained, while others are simply farmers with pitchforks.
Understood. Estimate 10 in the original group, plus whatever sympathizers may be among the colonists. Do you have any additional data that is not in the standard databases on the colony or its people? Or these rebels?
Only that they wish to overthrow Central Command at some point.
Ah. Competition for you, eh? Merely a poor attempt at a joke, I assure you. You'll join me on the bridge. We'll find out what our ETA is. And of course, you'll want to join the briefing at 0600.
Of course.
You're back out onto the bridge. Khaled, what is our ETA for Kesha 6?
Give me reason con difficulty of 1.
Focuses apply.
I don't think you have one. You do get a momentum.
Ship assisting? Computers con?
Yeah, I'll go computers con.
Oh, but no hurt.
$29 hours. Did that come through? 29 hours?
Yeah, sorry, I was actually typing to you.
Oh, okay.
Very well. Ayat, coordinate with Ak, Agent Zaden, develop a strike plan for the mission. Fortunately, you will be operating under strict rules of engagement. We want these people alive. Be ready to present your plan of assault at 0600.
Who would like to go first? Who would like to go first, and what information are you trying to dig up on the essentially colony?
Um, I think I'm not actually doing anything, am I?
Well, I guess Doc can go and try and get some of the build information, population count, and everything like that from the location.
Let's make that a reason plus engineering difficulty of 2.
Okay. I don't think we have any momentum yet.
There is 1 momentum.
We have 3 momentum.
Three, yeah.
There is 1, and I will spend that 1. And
Alright.
oh, then I'll spend. I'll still spend 1 and roll 3 dice because I have cautious science. Or did you say engineering?
And engineering.
Okay. I'll still spend 1, but there won't be any re-rolls though.
8, 2, and a 4. So that's 3 successes. Get the momentum back.
Sorry, phone call. We're currently still planning for going down to that planet to apprehend the dissidents.
Okay. Sorry, I was muted for all that. Yeah, everybody's got like a little bit of different task, and yours was to coordinate with Zoc and Oscar to come up with an assault plan on the colony, operating under instructions to capture, not kill the dissidents. I think Prax is going down and giving everybody roles and information so that you can all things at the briefing later.
All right.
I sent you the info. Anybody else looking up stuff
Yeah,
on
I
the
got it.
colony?
Do we know the kind of weapons they may have?
Reason or insight plus security difficulty of 2.
You said insight or reason?
Yes, insight or reason plus security difficulty of 2.
Right. Give you 1 threat for 3 dice to activate bold. And I'll re-roll that 0.
Gain a momentum. All right. Anything else?
What kind of defense battery is that? Like a phaser?
It's
Phaser
typical Cardassian defense battery.
Okay.
And I asked Zoc to get information on the system as well as the planet and colony. Tell me, Agent Zodin, do you have biographical files on these dissidents, since they were already in custody?
Yes.
Let's distribute those amongst all members of the boarding landing party and assault force.
Whoever wants to look at the file, insight security diff 1.
I'll go ahead and take a look at it.
Same
So I'll
here.
give you a momentum for the 3rd die.
Said insight security, right?
Yes, difficulty of 1.
I'll go ahead and give you a threat for a 3rd die.
Ooh. can't even read.
And re-roll the 1 on 0.
Implication is that you broke your glasses.
Or the pad, I guess.
I think 2 momentum was spent, so you get 2 back. There is a complication.
Let's go ahead and quash it.
Okay. I will give this to you at cost goal. So on the security file, you definitely see the old man that she was talking about. He is definitely in his very elderly years. He could probably, he really wouldn't put up much of a physical fight. There are a few that are young, but on the actual file, it's sort of redacted a little bit on 3 of them. But indication-wise is they are children to 2 of the dissidents that are on the list. And judging by the age of those dissidents, these 3 could actually be children.
Okay.
All 10 of them were on Cardassia, and they were protesting against sort of essentially, I guess you could say, rights violations.
Whose rights?
Some random person who was executed a year ago.
It's important that we capture these 3 children unharmed.
What sort of parents lets their kids get involved with this kind of thing?
Exactly why we must see to it that these children are taken into the hands of the state so they can be properly re-educated and become productive members of Cardassian society.
Well, if I had my personal way, they'd suffer for the sins of the parents as well.
No, we Cardassians, we aren't like the others. We honor and cherish our families. We do not abandon them, even when they shameful acts.
Indeed. The state will make sure that these children are taken into good foster homes of loyal Cardassians. If in many such cases, most in fact are adopted and become members of Cardassian families.
I don't neglect the idea of family and all that stuff, but I have seen in my personal experience ideas linger in kids even young. I wouldn't want to give them a chance to have those ideas spring forth when they're older and turn against us.
The re-education programs are quite effective.
Indeed, and remember, Ulra, we're not Klingons. Don't root out entire bloodlines, root and branch, and sow the soil with salt. Cardassian education system is the finest in the galaxy. And these children are young enough to be shown the error of their parents' ways. And in good Cardassian families, where they'll find love and support and the proper mindset towards the state. Sure that any lingering misunderstandings imparted by their parents will fade with time.
Your wisdom is sound, Gull. Still, sometimes ideas can be planted way too deep.
It sounds like you do not trust in the state's ability to remove such problems.
If there's one thing I know is other than our dear Gull, I don't trust anyone.
You do not trust the well and good intentions of the state? Of Cardassia?
I love my home country, thank you very much. I don't sometimes don't trust the people running it properly. They let these dissidents get in the way and have their ways and all this stuff.
As this conversation continues, if you don't mind, I wish to retire to my quarters. Good day. And she leaves.
It's not that I don't trust the state. I don't trust the people running the state. They let these dissidents and speak too much.
It just kind of raises an eyebrow, and you see his neck kind of tense up.
Laura, those kind of sentiments are perhaps best not expressed in front of an agent of the Obsidian Order. Were I you, I might do my best to ingratiate myself with Agent Oscar. You've got to remember that the banter that we allow to go on the bridge needs to be curtailed from time to time.
I'm sorry, my friend. I will do my best to fix that relationship.
Now you better hope, sir, but I do not mean any disrespect, of course, but I sure hope that our guest didn't hear what you said.
She was standing right here, Ayat.
Perhaps
and I think
she misheard.
I think her desire to return to her quarters was both a polite warning and a civilized way of hopefully indicating that she was choosing not to have heard any of this. We have an Obsidian Order agent aboard, ladies and gentlemen. Keep that in mind.
I will make amends with her. I just want to point out that I think these dissidents have gone too far. Our government is wonderful and everything. I just don't want to see it brought to ruin.
Our orders come directly through Central Command. To put simply, our job is to obey those orders. Central Command wants the dissidents taken alive, we take them alive. Central Command wants the dissidents thrown out airlocks, we throw them out airlocks.
Your wisdom is sound.
Now then, I believe you all have work to do to prepare for the briefing. I want these images and synopses of the biographical files available to everyone on the assault teams. The more easily we can identify these people, the more certain we can be between the guilty and the innocent.
Of course, Gal. Get right on it.
Ulra, you have the bridge.
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to go into my ready room and try and see what, if anything, I can dig up on this Oscar Zaden.
Give me reason or insight plus height. So, like, real quick, because it's going to vary. Are you going to go through official channels, or are you going through, like, security briefings and stuff like that?
Whichever route I think might give me the better dope. So probably, if I have any friends or connections or, secure kind of stuff, yeah, that.
Let's go presence command, then difficulty 2.
All right, take a threat for the third die and bold. Persuasion, Cardassian culture and politics.
Either one will apply. So persuasion,
Okay.
sort of greasing the wheels, or political gain.
Right.
So 2 momentum gained. Be amazing if I could open actual character sheets.
Ha! In your dreams.
It's roll 20. What did you expect?
Right.
Maybe Microsoft will buy it next.
Oh dear God. Though it might run actually well, but we'll have to pay for it.
Yours could be Adobe.
It's true. So Oska Zaden, she is a prominent member of a sort of, I guess you could say, not want to say more like a noble type family. Her father is extremely powerful. He is a leglet within the Central Command. So she is probably the second member of her family that is part of the Simeon Order. Her mother was part of the Simeon Order, which she recently passed away about 5 or so years ago.
Anything else?
A lot of her file is redacted. She supposedly, rumor has it, she runs a very extensive spy ring. And usually gets what she wants.
Okay.
Anything else? The next morning rolls around as all of you head to a conference room to prepare for the morning briefing. And I think we lost Maxwell, so.
So, what have you found? I ask my officers. Hayat, what does the tactical situation look like?
Let me open up the message real quick. Navigate. Gilded. Colony has a planetary defense battery and a small militia protecting it. Though the planet is considered to be under the protection of Leget Bemilet. That's that militia. Like the militia would do any good for their defense.
Is this orbital defense or ground based? The battery.
That's actually a good question. Jim was the. It was a ground battery. That I think will be our greatest danger. The militia should not be a problem.
I look at over at Asuka, and you believe your dissidents may have seized the town, the colony?
It is unclear. The governor has not stated any indication of whether or not he is in control.
Would he be arrested too?
Though I have not contacted the governor on the matter of the dissidents in case I do not want to warn them in fear of them leaving.
Do you suspect the governor is behind this too?
I suspect everyone at the colony could be behind this, though there may be some that are still loyal.
Well, you don't get as far as I have without questioning people's motives, not trusting a word that comes out of their mouths.
Very well. First task will be pinpointing the exact location of that battery and eliminating it. Doc, what can you tell us about the colony, the planet, and the system. Maxwell, you up and running? You're lighting up, but I can't hear you.
He might have some mic issues too.
He said his computer was being weird, and it was definitely his computer and not Roll 20. DM, can you? Oh, there he is. Nope, still no bueno, Cap.
No, we still can't hear you.
I'll go ahead and give you the information for that.
Okay.
The main complex where the governor lives at, Goal, is apparently has they installed a starship grade shield system around it. Though the planet is habitable, it currently colony supports around 754 members, though 150 of them are Bajoran slaves. The colony is mostly a farming and mining colony, from what I've gathered.
Then why do they need such a strong shield around it?
This shield generator just covers the governor's compound?
Yes.
Likely intended as a readout should the Bajorans rise up, but definitely a place that dissidents might seize. I look over at Aden. I assume the capture alive orders don't apply to any Bajorans that might be part of this little uprising?
They shouldn't be a big deal. But they are not. Cardassian citizens are the primary concern.
Understood. Where is the ground battery located? At least, where was it previously, assuming it hasn't been moved?
Was I able to figure that out in the recent scans? Welcome back, Captain.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Thank goodness.
Answer your question, Gull. No. It has not moved.
It's not what?
It has not moved.
And where was it located? Specifically, is it positioned to be under that shield?
It's in the city. And yes, it is underneath the shield, sir.
Led, do you think you'll be able to this in orbit without being detected within firing range of that battery? What sort of satellite system do they have, Zoc?
Yes, sir. Although I have no doubt that my Cardassian training will be no match, or there'll be no match for my Cardassian training.
Their
I can.
orbital sensor capabilities?
No. Look. Deeply.
Sorry, what?
Due to the
Their sensor capabilities are unclear right now. We know they have some basic sensors. There are also 2 moons around the planet.
Coordinate with Cal-Led. If you two can't find an approach route that will let us avoid their sensor detection network, such as we know it, we will have to improvise on the fly once we're in the system and have more data. Ideally, I want troops on the ground and that battery destroyed before they realize we're in orbit.
count on me, sir. I'll find us a path in.
While the destruction of the battery may cause some unwanted civilian casualties.
Also, it might warrant some attention if we make some noise by destroying their battery. Perhaps it will alert the entire militia that we're here.
Well, then.
Well, they're going to know we're here.
If it alerts the militia and they're not loyal to the Cardassian Union, I will be happy to put them in their place. I'm sure Kel Alat. How you say that name? Ayat.
I think it's Ayat, I think.
I'm sure Kel Ayat would be happy to join me in that.
I'd be more than happy in joining you with that, Glenn.
Oh.
Let's not get carried away. We must remember our orders.
Capture the 10 dissidents alive. Nobody said that other disloyals that are not our targets don't have to be dealt with.
Ah, Cardassians.
Well, we also want to ascertain, if we can, who's been helping them. From what Oscar has just said, there is some possibility, I understand it, that the entire colony may have gone dissident.
Possible. It is unclear.
You know the High Command's usual protocol in such a case.
Hard to believe that such measures will be necessary.
I'm sure such measures will be taken once we have the people we need alive.
Doc, assuming we get into orbit without being detected, would you be able to infiltrate the city security systems? Perhaps we could learn where the dissidents have gathered, if they are on the governor's compound or what. I assume this colony, like most Cardassian cities, has public protection surveillance.
More than likely. However, we would have to hack into the system, seeing as how your access codes probably would not give us access.
Achieving
You
that
have-
kind of access, something you might be able to help us with, Oscar.
Perhaps.
Very well. If we can, if the dissidents are gathered in one place, if we can determine where that place is, if we can get into orbit without being detected, we can probably accomplish this mission with a minimum of fuss and bother. We'll be counting on you, Zoc, led, to get us into orbit and to keep us out of their sensor net, such as it may be. Also, Zoc, finding any sensors that we may not already know about and the location of that battery.
Understood.
Also, need to thoroughly scan the planet and try to find any shipping that may be down there. Comes down to it, we can at least prevent them from escaping again. What type of an assault team are you suggesting, Ayat?
Wait, I'm sorry. You said Ayat?
Yes. What kind of assault
Okay.
team are you suggesting?
I was thinking perhaps um the assault team be heavily armed to with and so that way we can deal with the ground based battery.
If
and
you could
with any
take
resistance they may give us.
if you could take the complex, you should be able to take control of the battery. And it would be no longer a concern once you have control of the complex.
Sure,
Very
your
well.
assault team can handle a few civilians.
Very well.
I always I always would like to come in guns blazing.
If we must destroy the battery, we will from orbit and accept any collateral losses. So, we get into orbit undetected, beam down an assault force to take the governor's compound and gain control of the planetary defenses from there. Trickiest part of this is liable to be staying undetected in orbit so that we get down before they can raise shields.
That might be tricky.
So, we will all be part of the assault force.
My dear friend, do you really think it's smart to put you in harm's way if harm should start?
I am a gull of the Cardassian Union. The job is to be in harm's way.
It's true, but you are also a very competent leader. We would hate to lose you.
Well, I trust you to ensure that doesn't happen.
Don't worry.
So,
Glenn. Our
spend-
security.
go ahead.
I was gonna say, our security is top notch. We'll be ready to defend the Gaul if anything were to happen. Anything were to happen to him.
This is assuming that GM doesn't have anything planned for orbit, but I think we'll go ahead and spend 2. I think it's actually a momentum and 1 threat for a security team advantage.
Yes, it is. Do you wish to take disruptor rifles or
Sure,
body armor?
I'll take body armor and a rifle.
I'll take body armor as well.
Now hold
As
on,
well
you
as a
guys are
rifle.
spending you guys are spending threat momentum by doing that.
Well, okay.
Well, you guys have time to prepare, so I will waive opportunity cost, but threat de-escalation will remain.
Okay. And if I can find the gear, here we go.
So body armor, it is 1 escalation and 1 opportunity, so it gives you 2 resistance. And are you taking disruptor rifles?
My character will take a rifle. He's a tactical officer. I think it would make sense for him to take it.
I'm gonna label that as the 2 escalation cost. So same as the phaser rifle.
Or disruptor rifle, you mean?
Yes, for the super rifle is its escalation cost of 2.
Okay.
You'll have to pay it once. So
The Gull will definitely be taking body armor, as I think.
But yeah, I think I should probably take some armor too. But how much is the armor
Escalation
though?
1.
Escalation 1.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can't use momentum for that one.
No, he's waiving the opportunity, which is what you pay with momentum, but escalation you always pay with threat.
Okay, yeah, I'll just pay for that with escalation too. I'll get the armor and the rifle, and that's it.
Well, and let's go ahead and just get everybody armored up. Since
I mean, yeah, we're all Cardassians.
whatever escalation is necessary for the 6 of us, including Asuka.
It's just the 3 total escalation cost.
Okay, cool.
Do we need to pay extra for like charges for the battery or no?
Well, what we're planning to do is, if we can take over the governor's complex, we control the battery. If it comes down to it, as far as if we have to blow up the battery, we're just going to nuke it from orbit.
Okay.
The only way to be sure.
Fair enough.
All right. Anything else?
Ian, would you advise someone to stay aboard the ship or not?
I'm not going to say anything.
Okay.
I think my character will apologize to Asuka about his comment yesterday. As it wasn't meant as a way to sound like I'm against the government. It's that I hate the idea of anyone being disloyal to the government.
She just looks at you like she doesn't care in the moment. Her mind is focused elsewhere.
So what do you guys think? Should the captain stay upstairs just in case, or do we risk it and all go down?
Well, you've heard my character's opinion about it.
I think the captain is okay of going down. I don't believe, because I mean, if anything were to happen, I'm sure the ship and the crew can take care of a lot of things up here.
Sure.
Besides, this is a Cardassian warship after all. It is designed for combat.
But we have no supporting characters.
There is that one NPC character I did make, so.
He is our emergency command hologram.
And then an immediate TPK.
It's a joke. Okay, jeez.
I know, I'm
Right.
joking.
So yeah, let's
So everybody is going down.
let's look at the schematics of the governor's compound and see if we can't find an out of the way place to beam down, but that's not terrible far away from the control center.
Yeah. I will waive the approach because we're an hour and a half, so time. Let's go with insight plus security difficulty 2 to create the advantage to beam somewhere out of place.
You want to take the lead, I can assist. Looking at the plans together.
Sure, I'll take it. Sure, I'll take the lead. What was the roll?
Insight plus security difficulty of 2.
Are you rolling for insight security?
Yeah. Yes, I am.
What are you rolling? What's your numbers?
I'm rolling a 15. You?
14. So yeah, you're definitely the lead.
I don't believe I have a focus for this, unless you'll take infiltration.
I'll take infiltration.
Difficult 2, I'll go ahead and give you 1 for bold, 1 threat for bold. And you go and roll. And re-roll one of those zeros. Oh, okay.
All right.
Oh wow.
Oh no.
Okay. All right. All right. Settle down. What do you wish to do about the
Gosh.
complication?
I just quash it.
Yeah, just squash it.
All right. You find a spot to where it is a area where you can beam down to and not be detected. As you enter the system undetected, full knowing, Cardassian sensor systems. This will be a scene change, so you go down 1 momentum. As everybody is transported down. If it plays. And all of you are on the surface of the planet. Up ahead, you are kind of in some crop or a little bit of a rocks as there's some trees and bushes. Off in the distance, you do see the small colony. There is essentially a small sort of sonic fence to keep away predators. And you see several, farms off in the distance for food and whatnot. And you're actually from where your distance you're at, they don't look Cardassian. They definitely look more humanoid, like humans or possibly Bajorans working in the fields currently. And there's a few Cardassians walking on the outskirts of the colony.
I thought we were beaming down somewhere in the governor's compound.
You're really you're on it's literally the building right before you.
Okay, cool.
Right there.
Hey, Commander, that's what I call progress, as I point to the Bajorans.
No time for philosophy now. Find us a route in.
Insight plus engineering difficulty 2.
Insight engineering?
Yeah, difficulty 2.
We have 3 momentum, right?
2.
I thought we had 1 because we lost.
Yeah, there's 1 because of scene change.
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
that's what I was thinking.
Okay. 2 momentum, 1 threat. Roll 4 dice. No focus.
Oh, we only have 1 momentum.
Oh, then 1 momentum, 2 threat.
So you're rolling 4 dice.
Yeah, no focus.
I don't have the sheet pulled up, so like right now I'm counting, I believe, 6 successes. I'm not sure what the 16
Numbers
is.
Numbers 14 for inside engineering.
Okay, you get the momentum back. And there is essentially a back door that you can take in, or get access into the compound without being seen.
Move. Disruptor out. Set on stun.
Disruptor pistols don't have stun.
They did in Deep Space Nine.
Just don't go for lethal. That's all.
Okay.
I need everyone to make or at least one person make control plus security, difficulty of 2, to sneak your way inside the compound.
Sure, if you'd allow me, I can probably handle this.
I can assist you, Led, in the role. If the GM will allow an assist.
Sure.
What was it again?
Sure, it's control security. You're rolling 1 dice. Two momentum gained. I'm assuming you're using your infiltration focus for that.
Yes, I was.
Led leads everybody into the compound very stealthily. As you get inside, you hear the sounds of a grumbling man. Bring me more Kanar! And the sound of dishes falling over.
I'll quietly put my hand up and kind of signal to stop and caution this.
Our role is the control center. Bypass anything else.
I'll quietly kind of move up and try to kind of peek around to see what room this is and what's going on.
You see a man sitting there, eating, currently dining in on either an evening meal of some sort. The table is set with various foods, including a raw egg that he cracks open and then begins feeding down his throat.
Is he facing the door or is he facing away?
He's actually facing towards the other end.
Okay, then we'll just ignore him and push on. Quietly.
Where are you moving on to?
Trying to make my way to the command center where the disruptor controls would be.
Insight con difficulty 2 to figure out where you need to go from there.
Okay. On. This. I will give you one threat to activate Bold Con and extra die. Here we go. Going into probably a complication.
Gull is constantly looking for ambush points, traps, hidden enemies.
You make your way towards where the controls for the defense grid is at. Before you is a computer terminal system. All of you are very familiar with it.
Do we see anyone guarding or manning said station?
There's no one.
Walk in. Well, this was easy.
Secure the
Did
door.
You really have to...
Get the battery under control. From here, we should also have control of the shields and access to the city's surveillance network, right?
Give me control plus engineering. Let's make this a difficulty of 3, complication range 3.
We've got 3 momentum.
Okay. In that case, I do believe I have a computer focus. Yes.
I'll take that.
You said you will take that?
Yes, I'll take computers for a focus.
Okay. So yeah, 3 moments now, I think.
How much? What are you spending?
I think it's 3. We have 3 momentum we have right now, or do we only
Yes.
get 1?
You have 3 momentum currently.
Okay, I'm gonna spend 1 of it in order to roll 3 dice.
I count 2 successes. I don't think a 17 hits.
For control engineering, no, it's 1 short. Can I spend my determination Failure well, no. I might be able to do mission directives, right? To reroll the 0?
Yeah. Gain a momentum. That was a 2.
Nice.
And you have full control over the complex.
We're in.
Excellent. Run facial recognition against the known dissidents. Advantages of living in a police state.
Running now.
That is going to be reason plus security difficulty of 2.
Might be an IAT roll.
Yeah.
What his reason is. And he is BRB'd.
What was the roll? Sorry.
Well, I'm hitting a 4. Reason security.
I'm rolling a 12, so wouldn't be.
I'm rolling a 14.
Okay.
Yep.
Does computers still work for this or no?
No, this is more like profiling.
Gotcha.
Or investigation.
Well, then in that case, yeah. In that case, I think I'll have to spend 3 momentum for this one.
Okie dokie.
Because I think you said it was difficulty 2. I think.
Yeah, difficulty 2. 14, you said? That's 4 successes.
Nice.
So 2 momentum gains. And currently, you don't get a lock on all of them, but you do get 3 of them. And currently, they're in one of the mess hall areas.
I've got 3 of them. They're in mess hall too.
Any of them this Nook and Laka?
No.
Have access to transporters that we could just beam.
Sorry, what'd you say?
I was asking, do we have transporters that once we locate them, we could just beam? So.
Maybe we could just contact the ship and have them beamed aboard and put into a cell. But as soon as we as soon as we do that, we're going to start probably a citywide panic. Well, maybe not citywide, but it'll start spreading. So, if the rest of them are here, they're staying out of sight. Well, it appears that while the governor may be a drunkard and a glutton, not obviously thrown in with your dissidents.
Perhaps we could give him a little pressure.
Read. Ayat, be so good as to ask the governor to join us here in the control room. Led, add your invitation to Ayat's.
Sure you, sir. It will be a most gracious invitation.
I never doubted it for a moment.
So, two of you head down. She's still AFK. So you'll be doing
Sorry, I forget.
It's fine.
Can I retcon that to Olwa? Forgot that Ayat was still AFK.
Sure.
Okay.
Two of you head down. As you get near the close, you hear the governor a loud banging noise and someone hitting the floor. Foolish girl, I asked for Kanar.
We intercept the girl and in the Kanar for him.
She's currently on the ground, and he's standing up at the table as you're coming back around and you see all this happening.
Have we seen the kitchen where the Kanar would be kept?
No, you haven't seen the kitchen.
I will go in while half keeping out in the hallway. Governor! Greetings!
As he was getting ready to hit her one more time. Who are you? How did you get in here?
Servants of the Union, Governor. And if you have any respect, and if you have any loyalty, you'd help us.
I am Governor Talks. You can't speak to me that way. Now state your business.
We are
Trying to
on
find-
official business of the Obsidian Order. You wish to refuse the invitation of the Obsidian Order.
I see no Obsidian Order markings on you. How do I know this is not legit?
voice.
You could be dissidents for all I know.
And yet, if we were dissidents, you wouldn't be standing here now, would you? You'd be dead over your gluttonous meal.
Guards! He calls out.
I shoot him non-lethally.
I guess we're in combat. Control plus security, difficulty of 2.
Oh my gosh.
I'll use 1 momentum for I. Of course.
Spent a momentum.
That is a pro roll right there.
Yeah. So you pull out your pistol, I'm assuming, and you fire at the governor, and the shot misses, going past as
That was a warning shot, sir. Next one won't miss.
Well, it goes to them as the guards who just enter and see this are not too happy, holding their disruptor rifles. I will spend 2, 1 to aim, 1 minor to move into location, and 1 for an extra dice to aim at the person you just shot. Going to reroll the 0. Still, it's a hit. Take 7 stress.
With body armor, that
That's
goes
5.
down to 5. He's still going down.
I will allow you to stay up.
You don't have
Cardassia
to-
expects everyone.
You don't. So when you spend determination to stay up, you do not have to call a value to avoid the injury. Keep in mind the injury still sticks. So you have 1 non-lethal injury on you. It now turns to Aura.
I'm trying to think of what I want to do. Let's see, combat momentum spend. No. I want common minor actions. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take the minor action of aim. And
Okay.
I'll aim at this guy right here.
Okay.
Take a shot.
He actually, I should put that. He moved up. He's in the back. So you shoot at him or him.
The guy who just shot, pretty much.
That guy. Okay. That's control plus security difficulty 2.
Give you a threat for bold.
I give you bold security or is it bold command?
Oh, it's bold command. Never mind. I'll still give you a threat.
Okay.
1
momentum gained. Roll damage.
Let's see, disrupt pistol.
That's 5. You're doing 3 to him currently.
You guys mind if I spend a momentum to make that piercing?
You could also re-roll those 4 zeros.
Yeah, that might actually be a good idea. Let's see. 4, not 41, 4.
Well, that's 2 more, so that is enough to barely. He goes down. It's back to the other guard. He's going to move in. Spend an extra minor to aim, plus reroll. He's going to shoot at Aura. Aim for accurate. Hit with a complication. This will be for half damage for the complication. You would have needed that. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. So it is currently doing 5. So
5
3
and then
stress.
yeah, 3 stress. Okay. So I just take 3 stress.
None of you, the rest of you can't act just yet. The governor is going to go as he's pulls out his pistol, seeing that people are shooting at him, and he is going to take cover behind the table. So I gotta spend for that 2 minor. And why not? He'll aim for an extra minor, and he's gonna shoot at the person who insulted him, which is Lead. Did aim. Wow. I'll spend the one that was gained to reroll 3. 2, 4, 6, 7. That's 5 coming at you, Lead. Again.
That's now puts you in lethal.
Well, no, not yet. Well, it does put in lethal, but here's the thing. Do you wish to give me 2 threat to avoid the injury? I don't know if that maxes out your stress or not. I don't think it does.
Lead or?
Lead, yes. Lead, you take 5 more stress damage.
5. That does not max me out.
Okay, but because you took the first injury because you spent determination, you currently are taking another non-lethal injury, but your first injury becomes lethal unless you avoid the injury, which you would have to give me 2 threat for.
Okay, I will give you 2 threat.
Okay. You avoid the injury, you stay up, but you still take the stress damage, but you only you still have the non-lethal injury on you.
Okay.
And she is actually going to run away. Sprint. Yeah, she definitely runs out of the complex. All right. For those that are not in the combat, what are you doing? Because you're hearing disruptor fire coming down from essentially the floor below you.
Marat size.
Sorry, I'm back.
Ayat with me.
Yes, Gull.
Disruptor out. I'll head down the hall and stop beside the like the edge of the door and shout in. This is Gul Marat
Okay, hold
of
up.
the Zor'Dok. Oh, sorry.
Hold up. So you're heading down there. You'll arrive at the next round, the bottom of the
Okay.
next round. So, yeah. So Hyatt and not Hyatt. Yayet and Marat are heading down. So we're at the top of the round. They went last, so you guys go first. Lead and Lead and Ora.
I will attempt to shoot the other guard.
Control security difficulty of 2.
Okay. So 1 threat for extra die. Hey, there we go.
1 momentum gained. Roll damage.
Buying a pistol or rifle? I can't.
Everyone could have took a rifle, so if you had a rifle, it's just 1 extra challenge dice, and it's vicious 1 and the accurate quality. That's 9. He goes down.
I don't know if I can say anything afterwards, but come now, let us be civil and come along.
Led, he's not gonna be civil.
Okay.
He should at least.
It is back to them. So, which is only the governors go. Seeing both of his guards go down, he stands up and begins running out the door.
Okay.
And so he moved into medium. He's now in long. We'll spend a threat. He is out the door. Out of the compound.
Led, you idiot. We needed him.
At this time, Marat and Ayat arrive.
Barat looks at the 2 dead Cardassian guards and at Ulra. Where is the governor?
You can think you're idiot for that. He sprung the alarm on us, and then once saw he was outmatched, he decided to make a run for it. And all this started because Led decided he couldn't keep his big mouth shut.
Well, go and get him.
Was already planning on it. And then I look at Ayat. Ayat, you're with me.
Wasn't I supposed to be with Marat though? Out of character. Are we
But
still?
you are with me. You with me. You just came down. We just entered the room.
Okay. So yeah, we're still in the same room with now we're in the same room with Glenn and with the Glenn and the Kel.
Go find the governor. We'll lock down the compound. Back to the no, I'm talking to Ulra and Led. Go find the governor. We'll lock down the compound. I'll head back to the control room and lock down the compound.
Let's go.
At that time, Oska comes down. Problem goal?
Seemingly endless supply. Appears my officers any event, it appears that the Gull has... Well, the governor had decided that he did not wish to accept our invitation and took off running. My officers are after him currently. I'm going to lock down the compound, hopefully the governor from getting too far. I am sure that the High Command's Bureau of Personnel knew what they were doing when these officers were assigned to me.
I see. Notify me when you catch the governor. And she starts walking off, with their aide, and starts roaming the complex.
Okay.
So who's chasing after the governor?
That would be me and Aya.
Yeah. I guess
Okay,
for your,
sorry,
your
I didn't realize I was on mute. I ordered Zoc to, I was going to lock down the compound. I ordered Zoc to find the governor on the internal sensors. And when Asuka walked away, I also ordered Zoc to keep an eye on her as she was wandering around with the sensors. Sorry, I didn't realize I was muted.
Insight plus security for Zoc, difficulty of 2 to find the governor. Which someone can take over for Zoc, because Max will have to head to dip.
Sure.
Okay.
Or you want to do it?
I mean, I could do it, or if you want to do it, it doesn't matter to me.
You can do it. I have to refresh my roll 20 for a minute.
Oh, I don't have access to her. To Zoc.
Michaels, do you want to do it since you haven't gotten to play much tonight?
I believe I am currently playing as Johnny.
Okay.
I gave access to everyone for Zoc.
Okay. I'll go ahead and roll for Zoc then.
Go ahead, because I still have to refresh my thing.
Okay, and you said it's insight what?
Insight security difficulty of 2.
Difficulty 2. If it's all right, I want to spend a momentum for a third die. You guys think that'd be all right?
It's spent.
Okay.
2 momentum gained. Currently, the governor is out of the complex in the streets, shouting at several of the militia to protect him. That there are traitors to the state after him.
Oh, this just makes our job a lot harder.
Barat to Zor'Dok. Beam up the personage at these coordinates, and then beam him to my location. Now we'll give them the coordinates of the governor.
We'll go with 2 momentum for that. What?
Governor,
Easy.
so glad that you could join us. Moment. Arat to Aska. The governor has graciously accepted our invitation. Arat to Ulra. We have the governor.
Understood, sir. Coming back right now.
After a few moments, everyone kind of gathers. Oska comes from the other room. Excellent work, Go. And he looks at Oska and just starts.
I apologize for the delay.
Governor starts shaking. I mean, no disrespect. You either are a full governor or you in league with Dissidence. And she throws a pad at his feet.
I'd say the odds on either are about even.
I don't know who made this pathetic fool a governor.
Watch. And he kind of like getting ready to say something to you. I will have my militia gather them right away. If you permit me.
Arat will quirk a brow ridge at Aska.
Very well. See to that one of your men stays with them at all times. I mean, I will never go against the will of the Obsidian Order.
Galmarat, if it be okay with you, I'll keep an eye on this fool.
Very well. And Ulra, try to keep a civil tongue in your head and not to shoot down any more guards unless they start shooting first.
To be fair, my friend, they did shoot first. Well, shot at me first. Led here's the idiot who shot first.
Always good to see an officer taking responsibility.
Yes, always good to have a knife thoroughly stabbed into the back.
And always dangerous to presume on a friendship. Be about your duties, Executive.
Yes, sir.
Look at Aska. You'll forgive me, but this does not seem to be the problem that you appeared to think it was.
Perhaps. And so Yait and Ora are heading out, as I guess Led's staying back.
Where is your aide?
Going over the governor's computers. Why?
Just had not seen him stray so far from your side until this point.
He is a loyal
kind of-
servant.
Of course. I kind of turn away and give a slight motion to Zoc to say, you know, to say continue, because my second order was to have her track Zodden and the aide.
I'll give this to you. He's got several disruptor burns. His armor soaked up most of it, but
Of the aide?
no, I'm talking for Tereni.
Oh, sorry,
Caltown.
I was on a.
I know you're on a different. Yeah. Zoc will come back. I have lost sight of her aide. Wherever he went, it is without security systems.
Curious.
Oscar kind of takes a seat at the table and looks at the food and sits and waits patiently. For the other group, as Trox starts looking around, and the rest of you kind of notice that you don't see anybody in the outside anymore. Where did they? I swear I don't know where they went. But
I will point my rifle at the governor. You will get your people here, or we'll make an example of you.
this is the only colony site. I swear there are. I don't know where they went.
Shall I give the order? Should I?
I'm thinking about backhanding the governor at this point for his incompetence.
You back at him and you deal one stress because he doesn't resist. And I swear.
I'm gonna try to reach Golmarat and report to him about the situation.
I will keep a lookout for any possible ambushes, and I will also keep an eye on trucks.
Who's missing?
Everybody in the colony.
Our colony's gone? Like 754 people? Minus, or maybe including 150 Bajoran slaves?
The streets are clear, and he's like calling out to his guards, and they're not showing up, and no one's coming out. Everyone seems to be gone or not reporting.
Back inside, and I'll raise the shields over the compound.
I take the trucks and just kind of like shove them along with my rifle.
You leading him back?
Yes, we're heading back apparently, because I hear that from the communicator.
So you head back. I don't know what's going on, I swear.
I promise you, Trox, if you are in any way dishonest with me, I will be happy to hit you again much harder.
I'd be more than happy to shoot him, sir, if you would like me to.
Doc, what's the city security feed showing? Up the surveillance footage.
The city streets are clear. It appears the Bajorans are running from the fields.
And what of the Cardassian people? Were there any what happened to them?
Some of them took shelter in their homes. Others, it's unclear.
Ulra.
Yes, sir.
Maintain the control room. Hayat, you're with me.
Yes,
Led,
Skull.
Drenny. Keep an eye on things. And I look significantly at Asuka.
Very well.
EM stepped away for a sec.
All right, what do you guys wish to do next?
So I'm leaving Ulra in charge here, taking Ayat with me. I just told Led and Drenny to keep an eye on things with a significant look at Asuka, and I'm leading Ayat to the governor's private quarters.
So, Ayat and you. Laura's keeping an eye on Trox with Led and Daenerys. And you're looking for the aid.
Right. Or going into the governor's private quarters and seeing what we see.
All right. You walk into the governor's quarters. It's very lavish. Lots of silk, bed sheets, tapestries. It's fit for a king, or well, someone lives like a king.
Any sign of the aid?
No, not at first. That's not in the main chambers section.
Let's search. And I definitely have my disruptor out, and I'm very much keeping an eye out for somebody hiding or trap or danger, and I have talents that give me edges with that.
Insight plus security difficulty of 2. to notice something.
Right? Does
Can I assist?
does constantly watching take that down? Reduces the difficulty by 1, or did you already calculate?
Actually, I do have a talent of suspicion.
It
by
doesn't
nature.
apply.
Okay, difficulty 2. Site security.
Yes, inside security.
Damn it! I
You want
die.
me to?
You can assist.
All right.
Actually, I get to re-roll one with suspicious by nature.
And infiltration can be used as focus.
You can't use momentum or anything like that with assisting. You only roll 1 dice.
No, I mean focuses. Focuses.
No.
Oh, okay.
Gain a momentum. And you notice, kind of off to the side as you start looking around the room, you notice that a cupboard is not what it seems. It is slightly ajar. As you go and kind of press against it, or pull against it, it slides open, revealing a hidden passageway.
I put my rifle down the passageway. It appears that our missing aide might have gone this way.
Not surprising that the governor has an escape route. The question is, what is the aide out and doing?
Oh. Maybe, is he? Do you suspect he might be helping the populace?
Don't know. I do know that the aide disappeared, and suddenly so did the rest of the populace while the Bajorans are running free. Something's not right here.
Agreed. It is rather suspicious.
Barat to Zor'Dok. A scan of the city and the surrounding countryside. Locate the population.
That's going to be a roll reason plus science difficulty of 3. Because there's no assist from the computers. Their sensors aren't that good, so.
So can Zoc make that roll, or is there?
Zoc, yeah.
Okay.
She's the only one that's at the control panel.
Okay. Who's got Zoc?
You want me to get it this time, Alex?
Yeah.
What was?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Okay. So what was the roll? Jam? Zoc?
Reason plus science, difficulty of 2.
I'll give you 1 momentum to activate bold. Or not bold, cautious.
That went to the wrong person, but yeah, it's because he changed his name.
Sensor operations as focus.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Oh wow, nice. Didn't have to re-roll at all.
That is awesome.
Yeah, I know. That's a really nice roll. Now we got a little bit more momentum. Traded 1 in for 2 more.
4 momentum gained.
Oh, 4. Oh.
Yeah. It's diff 2.
Oh.
You scan the entire compound. Most of, or at least the colony site, you're not detecting the Bajorans anymore. They have run off, most likely to the essentially mountainscape area where the mines are at. The as for most of the Cardassians, they are currently in their housing as sort of an alarm was triggered, and everyone is kind of in their seat. But currently, there's only about 425 Cardassians within the colony. The rest are missing.
Gull, it appears that there is only 350, you said, GM?
425 remaining. The rest are missing.
There appears to be only be 425.
I turned off sound.
Thank you. So there appears to be only 425 left in the colony. The Bajorans have chosen to leave already, I assume towards the mountains. But as for the remaining of the colonists, I do not know. They're not in the colony.
754, including the Bajorans, so means approximately 179 Cardassians are unaccounted for. Marat to Zor'Dok.
A momentum was gained. Real quick. Led, you get 5 stress back, and you regain the ability to do your avoid the injury again, since the scene hasn't changed.
Come, Ayat. I think we have some questions to ask Agent Uska.
I think so too, Gull.
Marat to Zor'Dok. Marat to Zor'Dok.
Zor'Dok here.
Scanners should show roughly 100, 150 Bajoran life signs moving away from the colony site towards the mountains. Target ship's weapons and destroy them.
I go. A few moments later.
Head back in.
I am
the
unable
main
to
room.
locate the Bajorans and the Cardassian dissidents, sir. It appears that they are hiding in deposits of Kelbonite. Shall I send armed guards to hunt them down?
Prepare assault forces, but wait for my command.
Of course.
Back in. Agent Oscar. Your aide seems to have fled the premises.
Are you sure about that?
I admit I could be mistaken.
We found an escape route.
But I thought perhaps there might be an explanation order before we investigate farther.
Your orders are to find the dissidents, go.
Yes, I believe they have escaped into the mines. Governor, it appears that there are large Kelbonite deposits in the mines on this planet. Correct?
Yes, that is correct. He's kind of like bowing his head in submission.
Could you pull up schematics of all of the mines' entrances, exits, and ventilation shafts for me, Governor?
That would set us back several. Yes, of course. He goes over to a terminal and pulls up the schematics.
Ayat, upload that information to the ship and have tactical officer develop a targeting sequence for all of those entrances and exits.
We planning on a sustained bombardment.
Just enough to seal them in. After all, we want them alive.
Well, I go ahead and relay it back to the ship.
Let me know when the program's ready to execute.
Escal. GM, is there like a role for that, or do I just role play it?
Just roleplay it.
Who's the guy who's on the ship again?
It's nobody.
It's nobody.
Mr. Nobody. No, I'm kidding. All right. Zor'Dok. This is Ayat. Come in.
Go ahead, sir.
I am relaying you these firing coordinates. I want you to fire. Orders are to fire on these coordinates.
Wait for my order, Ayat.
But wait for the captain's order. I relay the orders, or relate the coordinates.
Coordinates received. You can commence firing on your command.
Very well, thank you.
Governor, go, please. I cannot. Please, this. If you destroy the mines, the governor.
Oh.
Go, please. I ask you to not destroy the mines, please.
Governor, your slaves appear to be in revolt, assisted by, apparently, a rather large significant of your population, who I can only classify as dissidents. I don't believe closing the entrances to the mines will injure any loyal Cardassians, all of whom seem to have assumed their proper positions when an alert has been called.
But what of the... Who will work the...
Governor, there are always more Bajorans.
The legate will not be pleased with this.
Shall I relay the order back to the ship, sir?
Wait for my command.
Let's go.
Agent Asuka, do you have any comments on the situation?
So long as, I suppose, a few remain alive, proceed.
Very well. Execute firing solution.
Yes, sir. Zor'Dok, this is Ayat. Or Ayat 2, Zor'Dok. Ayat 2, Zor'Dok. Here's we have lost contact with.
Go ahead.
Fire on those coordinates.
Aye, sir. And off in the distance, you hear the barrage of phaser and disruptor fire hit off in the distance. And the governor sort of just clenches as he hears the bombardment. And Oska sort of takes sort of what appears to be similar to a chicken leg and starts eating. She just sits back in the chair.
Take heart, Governor. Using my authority as the well in command to choose to believe that despite the large number of dissidents in your population, that it is still mostly composed of loyal Cardassians, and therefore I'm determining that sealing dissidents and the Bajorans in your mine system is adequate to the occasion. You know as well as I the standing orders when an entire colony is considered dissident. We'll have 425 loyal Cardassians. I'm sure you'll be able to reopen the mines in a timely fashion.
I thank you for your generosity, Gull.
And I will do what I can to expedite the replacement of your conscript labor force.
That is most gracious of you.
Doc, return to the ship and take over sensors. If you can't refine anything and make sure that there are not some groups who took another route away from the mines.
Yes, sir. I can. I can head back to the ship right away.
Ayat, once the bombardment site has cooled, take your teams in and see if you can't find Asuka, her survivors.
I guess Zoc will say 1 to beam up.
Who's beaming up?
Zoc? Was it Zoc or was it?
Yes, Zoc to
it
beam
was
up to do the sensor scans. She's the science engineer type.
Okay, she beams up.
You're going to take your security teams once the bombardment sites have cooled and see if you can't find Asuka, her survivors. Well, you'll go first. Let's go door to door and see if you can't round up anybody there.
Just as she beams up, you hear the sound of in the distance after the bombardment finishes.
Breaking glass?
Yes.
How far in the distance?
Sounded like it came from a room away from you on the other side of this hall. Like, it's enough, like, this room is big, everything echoes.
Right.
So when the sound area kind of echoed a little bit.
I will take a security team to investigate that sound. Go.
Marat will go with him.
Jenny will request to go with them as well.
I'll move in with my rifle at the ready.
Okay.
Just for giggles, Marat will use his scanner to see if he can detect any life signs in this room or in the direction where the sound came from. Highly unlikely he'll succeed, but it's worth a shot.
Lead went back up to the ship. Say that.
Okay.
Ayat and Nico. While Ora watches over the governor. So you pull out your scanner. Give me insight plus medicine or science, difficulty 1.
I'll try science the better, and I'll give you a momentum for die because it's still not great.
Hiding in a cupboard, you detect the life sign of a Bajoran woman.
Come out, my dear, or we'll burn you where you stand.
President's command a post?
Okay. I'll give you a threat for bold and die 3 and 2 momentum for 4 dice. Intimidation as a focus.
Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah, that sounds alright. Did you give me a threat? No.
Yeah, 1 threat, 2 momentum.
No, you rolled 3. That's why I asked.
Roll 4. So here's the.
Oh, what the hell? 3 momentum. And slowly coming out of the cabinet is German woman. It's got little like scarring across her face, like bruising across the side of her face. Please don't kill me.
Can I? Because I do have the folks in emergency medicine. I can look into that. I can check
And
up on my.
our combat medic is right here with us.
Oh, Drenny is the coming.
Right.
Oh, I forgot about that. All right. I'll just ask her some questions. Why were you hiding in that Amir? Why were you hiding over there?
Arat looks at our Ayat in absolute disbelief. Well, Ayat, I know it's difficult to imagine, but suppose you were a servant, one who it looks has been recently abused, and a firefight broke out, and everything else that's happened. I think hiding in the cupboard was exactly the right decision to make, my dear. Now, having already shown your perspicacity, I would encourage you to continue to make such excellent decisions and answer anything you can to the fullest extent that you know. Are you aware of a group of Cardassian dissidents here in the city?
She just shakes her head. Like she's having trouble like following you. Like she's doesn't fully know the Cardassian language.
We don't have any.
Trinity, give me reason plus medicine difficulty of 1.
We don't have any translators, like any universal translators with us, or is that just Starfleet?
Xenobiology as a focus?
I'll take that. Currently she is malnourished, and she has severe bruising to her, abdomen and rib cage. She's actually walking with a broken rib, as well as the apparent bruising on her face, which seems to be very recent.
Trinity will wait till the captain is done questioning her.
I only just arrived here.
Do I believe her?
She seems too frightened to. She seems extremely scared, like she's trembling. So it's hard to tell if she's lying or not, but it seems like she's more afraid that you're gonna strike her or kill her.
I'll sigh
put my rifle down.
I'll sigh and wave at Drenny to help her. I don't think we'll get anything out of this one.
Real quick question. Do Cardassians have universal translators, or is that just Starfleet that has them?
They probably do. Most advanced species have it. It's just it takes a while for her to pick up on it.
Oh, okay. I was just curious.
Fix her up and then take her into custody.
There's not much you can do. You have to treat her on the ship.
Really, all Drenny will try to do is try to ease the pain of the broken rib.
You could do that. Control medicine difficulty 1.
Emergency medicine is focus.
Yeah, sure, I'll take that. Gain a momentum. And I'm assuming you're escorting her back to where the rest are at.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. She injects her with, appropriate painkiller. And a little relief, and she's still, she was very wary when you went to inject her, but, she didn't refuse it. But you rejoin the others as you walk back in with her. Josh goes, Aki, you stayed. Ah, how marvelous. Thank you for finding her.
Can I
Yes,
make an
I
insight
certainly
check
wouldn't
to
want
see
you.
how?
Go ahead.
Can I make an insight check to see how recent the bruises on her face are?
Oh, they're very recent. They probably within today or yesterday. You weren't here, but he backhanded her across the face when she didn't bring the Kanar. They all saw that portion.
Okay.
You just arrived after that.
Yes, Governor. I'm so glad we were able to find your favorite punching bag. Although I'm afraid we'll be taking her with us for treatment and questioning, since she seems to be the only Bajoran left around. Although, and I turned to Asuka, I sincerely doubt she knows anything. Claims to be recently arrived, and I believe her. Ah, here's our missing attendant.
He comes back. He's actually carrying something and sets it on the ground. I believe I found this. Oska perks up and looks at it. Ah, interesting, Governor. You've been holding out. When did this little thing arrive? Kind of bites his tongue.
I'm gonna smack him
gift
across the
for
head.
you, obviously. Of course.
What does this thing look like?
Let's make this insight plus science difficulty of 3.
Woof. Sure, I'll go for it. I'll give you 4 dice. Jesus Christ.
You have no idea what it is, and far as you're aware, it could be some exotic toy.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna take the last 2 as threat. The last complication is threat.
Okay.
Yeah, you think it's like some real exotic toy that the governor has. But for some reason, Oska is interested in it.
Well, at least you won't be leaving completely empty-handed.
Indeed. Car, go ahead and transport back up to the ship with the object.
I
As
go
you
over
wish.
to Marat. I go over to Marat. Would you like me to lead that security team over to check on those our dissidents?
Yes. Take your security team and start with a door-to-door search of the town. I'm sure Governor Trox will be happy to give orders for the militia to assist. You and your team have the downloaded biofiles of the dissidents. Arrest any that you find.
Of course. With all due respect, though, I do not trust the militia. I think our security team will take care of it on our own.
Very well.
I motioned the security team with me. We head on out to the caves.
Tell me, Governor, when did that object, as she kind of walks up to him, come into your possession? He kind of like stumbles on his words. 2 weeks ago. Interesting. And you're not holding anything from me, are you, Governor? Who brought you the object?
I'm just gonna sit. I'm gonna whisper in his ear. If you don't want me to hit you again, you'll answer honestly.
Aki. The Bajoran, she brought it. Oh? How intriguing. She just walks by Trox and over to Aki. And just kind of just walks around her, examining her.
I'm gonna look at Asuka and try to get any kind of hint of it if she thinks he's telling the truth or not.
You're perplexed by the situation, but from what you can tell, like, the governor seems to be truthful. He seems very fearful of what's, going on.
Rot will casually put himself between the governor and the door.
Once you're done hunting the dissidents, go. I am going to proceed back up to your ship with Aki here. I'm sure I have many questions for her.
Very well. Brittany tells me that she is already injured, however.
I'm sure your vessel will offer the best medical attention it can provide.
Of course, our facilities are at your disposal.
she just gracefully nods. Thank you. Go. You're too kind.
Jenny, accompany Asuka and her guests back to the ship and make sure that her wounds are tended to.
Right away, go.
All right, and 3 of them beam up to the ship.
And once the security teams completed the sweep and down to whoever or nobody,
It's just you and you, the governor, and your first officer, and Aya is off hunting currently.
so tell me, Governor, what was that thing that got our Obsidian Order friends so excited?
A mere trinket, a Bajoran relic. Nothing to be concerned about.
You sure about that, Governor?
You would have to talk to Oska. She would know more than I.
My friend, can we talk for a second?
I suppose.
Just kind of, I'm just going to move over to him and just kind of lower my voice. Does any of this seem fishy to you?
Of course it does. It's the Obsidian Order. And I fear we managed to bollocks this operation up pretty thoroughly ourselves. So, our best hope now is we let Asuka go her way, she lets us go ours, and no one, looking at the governor, files any reports that might at all reflect negatively on anyone else. I think that would be best all around, don't you agree?
I would think so. The thing is, I've had a bad feeling about this mission since I took a look at those reports back on the ship. The redacted parts of it, it just rubs me the wrong way.
It's the Obsidian Order, Ulra. We're lucky that the entire document wasn't one black page. Again, I don't think we've done ourselves any credits today. So,
Not
as
wrong,
I said,
my friend.
as I said, we just let her go her way, we go ours, and no one writes any interesting reports.
Very well. I did want to raise some concerns with you.
Late for that, don't you think?
It is true. I should have said something sooner.
Well, I think the crew can expect a rather intensive training regimen for the next foreseeable future.
Well, that I can agree absolutely.
Governor, I believe you said something about that there was some Kanar in this cavernous place.
Yes. There, it's in the kitchen. I'll get it for you.
Bring 3 glasses. We'll toast one another's good health and future fortunes while waiting for my team's report.
Of course. And he runs off to get three glasses and the bottle of Kanar, returning with said items. Ayat, as you're walking through the dense area with your security team, you only come across three members of the Dissidence in the thick, or well, essentially the canyon.
All right. Hands in the air, all three of you. I have my security team point their rifles at them.
You do have the security team, but
Surrender.
I'm spending 2 threat. They're going to return fire.
Oh,
They're going first.
I didn't fire on them, but all right.
No, they're firing on you. You said that. They're aiming. Going to buy another dice. They aim, so get to roll 2. That's a hit. Ooh, 2, 4, 6, 8. So body armor, so you take 6 stress damage.
Ouch. Okay.
Do you wish to stay up with 2 momentum or 2 threats?
I'll give you 2 threat.
Okay. It does pass to you.
There's the leader.
I will first. How many security officers do I have?
You have a security team, so you have an advantage.
Okay.
You can
So,
use that. So really, you just use the advantage so they can offer you cover dice, any sort of advantage you can think of. They could lower your difficulty to hit them, etc. It's whatever. It's just for that roll though. During your turn.
I will go ahead take cover as my minor.
Okay.
Or can they?
You can take cover.
Yeah.
You take cover.
And yeah, and I will go ahead and fire on their leader. Return fire on their leader.
Control plus security difficulty of 2.
Okay. I do have a rifle. I don't have that in my thing. I have a pistol instead on my weapons, even though I have a rifle. Do I just roll the pistol?
Just add 1 more challenge dice.
Yeah. It also has the accurate qualities. Just remember that. You already spent your minor, so if you wish to spend another minor, you have to spend momentum to do an extra minor. So you want to do aim?
Yeah. Yes, I'll aim.
Okay.
And I will go ahead and spend 1 die for bold.
So give me 1 threat.
Or 1 threat for bold, yeah.
Okay.
And let's see. Okay.
So control security difficulty of 2.
Oh my gosh.
I know, dang.
4 momentum gained. What focus did you use?
Disruptor pistols?
That's for pistols, not rifles.
Oh.
So that's only 3.
Alright.
So 1 momentum gain. What'd you use the advantage for?
To try to do more damage, but not damage. We want him dead, or we don't want him dead. So while I shoot at him, I kind of wanted like the rest of my team to fire on the other 2. Could they do that or no?
No, you can lower the difficulty for the shot by 1, or you could use it to do a swift task. I will allow that.
Okay, yeah.
So you gain a momentum, roll damage. Two, 4, 6, 10.
Which do I just re-roll one of those zeros because of accurate?
Oh, you're doing
No.
10 damage.
Oh.
Because you got vicious 1, and accurate just lets you reroll a hit die.
Well, what are you doing with the zeros?
Oh. I guess I'll just re-roll them if I can. Can I?
You can if you want.
Or you want him alive.
Oh, right. We want him alive. No, because is this enough to kill him or?
It might be already. I mean, you know.
All right.
Okay.
But, you know,
Yeah, I don't want.
Yeah.
I don't want to kill him.
Okay. So roll stands. He goes down. He
All right.
falls to the ground. Do you wish to do a swift task and shoot again at something else, or?
I will do a swift task to shoot someone else as well.
All right.
Which that's the security team's advantage.
You have fire at will. Actually, there was 2 momentum gained because Everybody is Deadeye Marksman. So it's fire at will. So are you going to aim again?
Yes, I will.
Okay, so you have to spend a momentum for that. Which one are you hitting?
The one that's closest to me and my team.
They're both closest to you and your team.
All right. Well, in that case, I'll shoot that dude right there.
Control security difficulty of 1.
All right, and I'll go ahead and give you 1 threat for bold.
Two momentum gained. Roll damage.
Is that enough to get him down, but not try to kill him, or no?
He goes down. Last guy. He's not too happy.
I don't think so.
Cover. Aiming, and then I'm gonna buy 3 dice. Luckily he aimed. That's a hit. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 8 coming after you. Go ahead and roll 2 challenge dice for your cover.
Okay.
6 stress.
Plus the body armor?
Plus the body armor.
Well, I only have 1 stress left.
Question, you already took a hit. You avoided the injury already once. So how are you staying up?
Well, yeah, I still have my determination, but
you can spend that. Or do you wish to sacrifice your security team advantage for them to take the hit?
Like, my security team takes the hit instead of me?
Yes.
No.
You'll lose your security team advantage.
Yeah, I don't want to lose that advantage. I'll take the hit, but how am I going to stay up, though? What do you guys think? Should I spend determination to stay up, or
That's the
That's
only
your
option.
only choice.
It's your only choice.
lose or lose the security team?
It's really up to you. I mean, you've got 5 momentum, so you've got a bank. And theoretically, there's only one guy left, but GM's got threat. He could have reinforcements. It's so I mean, you could. It's a risk either way.
Yeah.
But you're going to wind up with 1 stress left, and if you get hit again, if you take it, you wind up with 1 stress left, and if you get hit again, that will pretty much be guaranteed to go fill your stress box and go over, which immediately you're kind of in that same situation you were with your old engineer.
That'd be 2 lethal injuries instantly.
Yeah. So which you'd be risking insta death if you got hit 1 more time if you were down to just that 1 stress point.
Yeah, I'll take the risk. I'll use the value. Or
You don't
I'll
have to set a
use
value. You just spend
Okay.
the determination. You don't have to set a value.
All right.
Okay, so you use your determination to stay up. Keep in mind, you still take the injury. If you
Okay.
get hit again, and you take an injury from that hit, then it becomes lethal.
Okay.
FYI. All right, it is your turn.
I'm gonna go ahead and well, he has cover now is the problem. So, will the injury affect my aiming?
No, the difficulty stays the same.
Okay.
It is. So what are you doing?
I'm gonna go ahead and flanking him is a
Are you wanting to move so you have a clear line of sight so he's not in cover anymore?
yeah, but is that a minor?
That is a minor action.
Okay, but I can always buy another minor using
Momentum.
momentum. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I will go ahead and move so that way I can have a clear line of sight on him,
Okay.
and we'll spend a momentum for the minor to aim,
Okay.
and I will go ahead and roll.
Control security difficulty of 1.
Aye.
Well,
Can I
No.
use I can't re-roll?
no. You didn't. Oh,
Let's
wait, you
squash
aimed.
that.
No, you aimed. So you can reroll those 2. Because accurate.
And all right. There we go. That's better.
You get a momentum. I was like, I get to kill him and save the guy. No. Oh. Roll damage. Roll damage.
All right, let's see what happens. Enough to take him down, just not really.
That's enough to take him down.
All right.
Hmm.
Well done.
Talk to the captain, open up my communicator, and I'll order my security team to apprehend them, and I'll put myself in cover. Captain, or Gull, the security team and I have managed to apprehend 3 dissidents. One of them looks to be a leader of some kind.
Excellent. beam them up to the ship and put them in. Beam them up to the ship and into secure facilities immediately.
All right. Yes, Gal. And I will contact Zor'Dok. Zor'Dok, Ayat to Zor'Dok.
Go ahead.
I have 3 dissidents for I have 3 dissidents for the the
Brig?
brig. Yeah, the brig. I'm not sure what the Cardassians call it, but I guess the brig.
It'd be brick.
I have 3 dissidents for the brig. They do need some okay, do they need medical attention, Jim, or are they like in danger of dying?
I don't know. Are they?
All right, well, okay. I just shot him though, but okay. I have 3 dissidents that need medical attention. However, I want some security officers to keep an eye on them. They're still dissidents. Once they have received the medical attention, put them in the brig. We're beaming up. We're tagging them for beam out. And the rest of the Cardassians and the Bajorans are in the cave, right?
It's unknown. That was the first group you ran into.
Well, I could still very well die, but I'll go ahead, motion the security team forward so we can push on forward to try to get everyone out, get everyone else out.
Speeding this along. As you walk through the canyon, you come to sort of, a deeper portion of it, and off in the distance you see what appears to be a vessel rise up from the canyon wall, and take off, and disappear in a shimmering light.
That seems like a cloaking device.
I open up my communicator. Zor'Dok, Ayat to Zor'Dok.
Go ahead.
There's a ship. It looks like to be a ship that appears to be cloaked. That is leaving the surface. Can you keep an eye on something like that?
We have nothing on our sensors. Are you sure?
I just saw it lift off in front of me. But it, however, it looked to be a ship. It might have been cloaked. Keep a close eye on that. Eye it out, and I contacted the captain. Eye it to the gull.
Marat here.
Oh, it appeared to have been. It appears to be that there might be a ship that just left the mountains here. It looked to be cloaked.
It's cloaked? Describe what you saw exactly.
It was like the
looked like an old freighter and it just disappeared. Like it just shimmered. Like almost like it was looking through like a mirage.
Well, sir.
Yep, that's a cloaking device.
Well, it looked like a old freighter that just was lifting off, and then it just disappeared.
Well, That does sound like a cloak, in which case there's no tracking them. All right. Take a final sweep, do the house to house in the town, and let's call it a day.
Yes, go. And I'll do a final sweep in the mountains, and then go back into town.
All right. Well, you're doing that in the call. So we're gonna go back to the ship. Trinell, you put Aki on the not really a bio bed, but a bed to begin treating her wounds.
I assume I'd probably want to fix the broken rib first.
Yeah, control medicine difficulty of 2. And the ship will assist with
focuses apply.
I'll take emergency medicine. Just to make it easy. It's a little hard to pull up sheets at the moment.
I will spend a momentum.
I have the ship.
Computer's medicine for the ship. Wow. 3 momentum gain. You gain 1 float, and you treat the broken ribs and then the rest of the bruising. You mend to it, and she's looking a lot better, and definitely feeling better. Still a little shaken. Remarkable work. Tell me, Aki, how do you feel? She's just kind of hesitant. What do you say, Doctor? Will she make a full recovery?
She should. The only major injury was a broken rib, as far as I could see.
That savage. Will she have to remain under observation, under your care? Or can I have her stay in my quarters for the time being? I have many questions to ask of her.
Due to this being Obsidian Order business, she can stay in your quarters. I only request that she comes for a checkup once a day so I can see how that bone is healing.
But of course. Come, Aki, you have nothing to fear. I will not harm you like that insolent governor. Yeah, it's going to be opposed, I guess. Do you guys mind if Oscar spends a momentum?
I believe we do have 1 float.
That float goes away after the roll ends.
Oh,
Sure.
I mean,
Why not?
yeah, sure.
She is on your side after all.
Yeah.
You get it back. And very reluctantly, Aki follows Oscar. As you just finished treating, a couple of the Cardassian soldiers bring in an elderly man and places him on the bed. Doctor, he is severely injured in the battle below on the planet's surface. We were told that he must be taken alive.
Affirmative, I will help him. I assume he is a dissident.
Yes. The goal and that Obsidian Order agent, they will be mad at us. Daring medicine difficulty of 3. Complication range 3 to stabilize him.
I will give you 1 threat and a momentum.
You buy 3 dice? So it'll be 1 threat, 2 momentum.
I am going to spend my determination on precision is the key to success.
Oh, okay. So you're rolling 3 dice, and you're spending 1 momentum. Okay, yep. That'll be fine. That's a total of 6. So you get 3 momentum. So you have 2 float.
Advantage to say that I'm healing him, right? Or am I just stabilizing him?
You're stabilizing him. He'll be at an extensive care. He'll be under for a while, especially for his age.
Advantage to say that he will be in pain from his injuries for the rest of his life.
Sure. What is the goal first officer doing?
After sharing a drink of Kanar with the governor, and making intimations that, I'm certainly not going to make any trouble for him as long as he doesn't make trouble for me, I'll leave Ola to finish coordinating the security sweeps and with Ayat, and then I'll beam back up to the ship and see what's happening there.
Yeah, security sweeps come back all, they're loyal Cardassian, loyal members of the state. But
Yeah,
be back up to the ship. You probably want some medical attention at some point, but scene change, so stress goes away, or else stress damage clears.
Marat will inspect our prisoners.
2 are in the brig. 1 is in your med bay.
I'll find out where the one that Ayat had identified as the leader is and go.
He's in the med bay.
I'll go see him.
He's currently unconscious.
What's his condition?
He is currently sleeping off his wounds. He should be able to be stimulated if you want me to.
I don't think that will be necessary. I'll leave that up to the Obsidian Order. Is age going to be a factor?
GM?
Yeah.
Age is going to be a factor, but I do not know how long it may last.
Well, keep a close watch on him and give him the best possible care. He is their leader. to keep him alive. Where is our guest?
Aqua went with Oshka to her quarters. I requested that Aqua see me for a checkup to see how that her broken rib is healing.
She took the Bajoran girl to her quarters. Interesting.
Yes.
I'll stroll down to the VIP quarters.
You head down to the VIP quarters.
Buzz at Asuka's door.
Door opens up, and Oska appears.
Here's that our net has only garnered these 4 fish in total. And apparently the Dissidents had a cloaked freighter on the surface.
Cloaked, you say?
From all reports, certainly our sensors were not able to pick up anything even after it cleared the Kelvinite.
The Kelvinite could have acted as a field to hide the ship.
Explains why we wouldn't pick it up on our scans when we arrived in the system. I understand you've taken the Bajoran servant into your personal custody.
Yes, I wish to inquire about some information as to how she got here to this planet.
I would assume the device you were so interested in.
Indeed.
Very well. She certainly doesn't appear to be much of a threat, but should you wish to put her in more secure quarters, just let us know and we'll be happy to provide. Comfortable, of course, but...
I am quite capable of handling myself if things get out of hand. But I thank you for your offer.
Are. So, while I understand this didn't quite come to the ending you had hoped, do you consider your mission here complete?
For now, there are many other things that need to be done. You can set a course to rendezvous with the Jarnar again.
Very well. Myself out and
Go.
everybody's being back. Yes.
You did the best job you could have. You have nothing to worry from Central Command. Good day. And the door closes.
I'll head back up to the bridge and stay in a course and get us on our way once everybody's beamed up.
After a while, everything beams up. Everybody beams back up. And if you guys wish to do any role plays with these characters, now is the time to do it before we bring the session to a close.
I think I am good.
I'm good.
Any role playing or
Role playing you wish to do with those characters.
oh? Well, we're now all back on the ship, right?
Yes.
I think I think Ayat will you know what? No, because yeah, I don't believe it. There is really anything you can do. Yeah, because everyone else is gone pretty much. So
All right. With that, we will bring the session to a close.